Howdy, Immortalium here, and welcome to another manga slash anime pickups video. Now, just before I start getting into, what I've picked up, etc, etc, I just want to explain, there are a couple of people watching this who might have some expectations. I've been commenting on some videos in the past while, talking about, I'll definitely pick this up in my next haul, or I'll, definitely, pick that up in my next haul. And I'm just, I'm gonna have to say I haven't picked up any of that stuff. The reason for that being, usually when I pick up, a haul of manga, it's usually from Book Depository. But all this stuff, like, I didn't get from Book Depository. I got them from different, places that I don't usually get manga from. So, yeah, I'm definitely still, intending to pick that stuff up in my next Book Depository, haul. But for this one, it's different stuff. Hopefully you guys can, still be a bit more patient and, I'll definitely pick those stuff up. So first up, just before we, cover what is the greater bulk of this haul, which is the manga, let's just quickly, touch on the anime. Now, anime-wise, I'm doing very well at the moment. I have a lot of anime downstairs to watch. My own stuff, actually majority of my own stuff, but I'm also still getting stuff from MVM that I have to review. So from an anime perspective, I'm doing very, very well. But I don't have that many anime films to watch, so I decided I should pick up a couple that I really wanted to pick up. And the first one is The Wind Rises. Now, The Wind Rises is the last Hayao Miyazaki, well, I better go, the last Hayao Miyazaki film, because who knows, he could still come back and, direct a film. In fact, I think I heard that apparently he's going to go back and do some short films for the Ghibli Museum or whatever. But for the moment, for all intents and purposes, this is going to be his last feature. And actually, speaking of which, it got nominated for an Oscar, and I just want to point out, an hour ago, I found out that The Tale of Princess Kaguya got nominated for an Oscar, which is great. That's the first Hayao Miyazaki Studio Ghibli film to be nominated for Best Animated Feature. So I'm hoping that puts a lot more kind of a spotlight on the non-Hayao Miyazaki stuff of Studio Ghibli, because apparently even in Japan, most people just simply associate Hayao Miyazaki with Studio Ghibli and that's it. So when Hayao Miyazaki left, a lot of their films just, weren't that popular anymore, even if they were really, really good. So, yeah, hopefully that Oscar nomination will help. Now, of course, the best thing would be for it to win, but, considering the fact it's from G-Kids rather than, Walt Disney, it's probably not going to get that much of a marketing thing, and therefore it probably won't win, but who knows. Anyway, we're not talking about Tale of Princess Kaguya, we're talking about The Wind Rises. The Wind Rises I've been really looking forward to checking out for a long time. I heard it's a great, great film. Something weird, though, that I know about it is that the lead character, Jiro, is voiced by Hideaki Anno, as in the guy who created Neon Genesis Evangelion. And I've heard a bit of criticism about that. I've heard that apparently Hideaki Anno's performance is a bit stiff. So, I don't know. I'll probably still check it out in the Japanese, and then I'll watch afterwards in English, a couple of days later or something, and I'll see which one I prefer. But I'm definitely looking forward to checking out this film. Plus, it'll look absolutely gorgeous, as Studio Ghibli films generally do. So next up is a film that I've actually seen before, but I really wanted to own, and that is Patema Inverted. Now, Patema Inverted I actually reviewed probably close to a year ago by this point, and basically I saw it at the Japanese Film Festival in Cork. There was a Japanese film festival, and they were showing some, Japanese films, and, Patema Inverted was one of them. So I went there and I checked it out, and I thought it was a very good film. The worst thing about it, though, was the villain. The villain is, like, he's got to be one of the most cliche villains in anime that I've seen, in the past year, and that's saying something, considering all the stuff that I've seen in the past year. But beyond that, it's a great film. There's some great characters, there's some, great animation, and the ideas are amazing. Like, absolutely love that idea of what if you meet someone whose, like, relationship to gravity is inverted to the way you relate to gravity, or whatever. So, I think it's a great, great film, and I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out again. Also, something I want to point out as well is, for some people who might be kind of weirded out by it, possibly, is that Anime Limited, they've been quite playful with the back. The screenshots are normal, the way they are, but the blurb, or whatever it is, it's actually upside down, in keeping with the Pretema inverted thing. When I first looked at it, I thought for a moment it was an actual production error, but then I went, oh yeah, it's upside down because of the fact that it's Pretema inverted. So, you know, I thought that was pretty interesting. Plus, it says here there's an audio commentary with the producer and voice actors, which, you know, from the original Japanese, which I think is really, really cool. So, I'm definitely looking forward to checking that out. And I'll just be really happy to have this in my collection because I did enjoy the film quite a bit. And finally, the final anime film that I picked up is one that I've been looking forward to checking out for ages. I've heard so much about this film recently. Particularly after it won the Scotland Loves Anime award. Because, you know, I listened to the Manga UK podcast and there was one focusing on that at, you know, festival. It is Giovanni's Island. And Giovanni's Island, it's a very interesting kind of production history. Basically, I'll start with the actual, like, what is the plot about? It's about the Coral Islands, and this is something I didn't know before hearing about this film. The Coral Islands are these islands like that are near Russia, but also near Japan. And after World War II ended, Russia took over those islands. But the Japanese still claim that that is Japanese territory, and I think in their like books and all that, you know, it still claims that they're the territory of Japan. And you know, this is set right after World War II. You know, these Japanese who were living on the island are now under control of Russia, and a whole bunch of Russian migrants or whatever have gone now to those islands, and it's a kind of a interesting relationship between the children, you know, Japanese children who can't understand Russian and the Russian children who can't understand Japanese. So from that perspective, it sounds very interesting. Besides that, it wasn't actually going to be an anime film originally. It was supposed to be a live-action movie. But apparently, like, I didn't hear it until I heard about this film as well. Apparently, Japan's going through a recession. So they don't want to spend as much money as they usually do. So instead of making it a live-action movie, which would be a bit pricey, they decided to make an anime film, which is cheaper. But interestingly, it's animated by Production IG, and I've heard that it looks very nice. So I'm definitely quite eager to check this movie out. I've heard very good things about it. And that's all the anime that I've picked up. So let's move on quickly to the manga. So first up, a series that I've been meaning to catch up to for a while, but I kind of wanted some more volumes to come out first before I started catching up on this again. And that is Mobile Suit Gundam. So yeah, like, I absolutely loved the first 4 volumes of Mobile Suit Gundam. But, you know, I was kind of thinking to myself, you know, they always end on a cliffhanger, and I just prefer, you know, reading more in one go than just getting drip-fed it. So, you know, I just decided I'd wait until, you know, a certain amount of volumes were out, and yeah, I did. So here's number 5, here is number 6, here is number 7, and I'm now up to 8, which I believe they only just released, what, a few weeks ago. So I'm actually up to date with the English release of Gundam right now. Now, I heard that there's going to be 12 in total, so I'm thinking what I'll do is once I have these read, I'll probably just wait until, you know, the other 4 are out, and then, you know, I'll just, you know, pick them up and I'll read a whole Gundam, you know, put together. So yeah, if you guys haven't started checking out this series yet, I would highly recommend you do. It's a very good series. I'm very much enjoying it. And I've heard that there's apparently some deal now in America. They're going to be re-releasing Gundam. Not only that, Australia has, you know, released a whole bunch of Gundam series all of a sudden. So I'm really hoping that some distributor in the UK will finally pick up, you know, like the original series of Gundam, and maybe then we'll get some other ones like Zeta Gundam, and what other Gundams am I... Like, I've heard really good things about that one, what's the one with the toys? Like, they're actual... Like, the people collect, you know, Gundam figures, and they use those figures to fight each other. Build fighters, I think is the term. Yeah, like, I've heard very good things about that one, so I would love to check that out. Anyway, definitely pick up Gundam if you haven't. I'm looking forward to catching up on this. After that, something that I've been wanting to pick up for a while, particularly considering it's one of my favourite mangaka artists, and that is All You Need Is Kill. Now, I haven't actually seen... I haven't read the book that this is based on, and I haven't seen the movie, you know, Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise. I've heard both are very good. I definitely want to pick up both, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. However, I was in a bookstore the other day, I found this for a cheap price, and I was kind of like, I definitely want to pick this up. It's Takeshi Obata, and I absolutely love the fact that it's like a bigger trim size as well. And there's like, at the very beginning of it, actually has color pages, which I think is really, really cool. So it looks like a very nice addition, and of course, like the artwork, as with any Takeshi Obata work, is absolutely gorgeous. So I was like, oh, definitely want to pick this up. Plus, it's the whole thing in one book. You know, it's the whole series. So I was really happy about getting that. So yeah, All You Need Is Kill. I'm really looking forward to reading it. And once that's done, maybe I'll pick up the book. Maybe I'll pick up the film. I don't know. And after that, I found this in a used bookstore, as you can probably tell from the kind of slightly beaten condition that this is in. But this is Erika Sakurazawa's Between the Sheets. Now, I've heard of Erika Sakurazawa before. How exactly, I'm not sure. When I saw this and picked it up, I thought that I knew her from, House of a Thousand Manga on Anime News Network. But I looked that up and I couldn't find any article from them on Erika Sakurazawa. So I don't know where I heard about Erika Sakurazawa from. I just simply heard that she was good. So I thought, oh yeah, like, so I believe that, she does a whole bunch of one-shot manga volumes. And so this is a whole series, like a whole story in one book. And, I was like, okay, why not? I should definitely pick it up. Particularly considering how much I'm enjoying Josei manga at the moment, and this is another Josei. Artistically, though, it seems to be a bit more kind of closer to Kyoko Okazaki's works than to the other Josei artists that I've been reading. So, from that regard, and the fact that it kind of shares some themes from, Helter Skelter and Pink, it'll be interesting to see what I think of Between the Sheets. And then, finally, the big pickup of this video. I picked this up from eBay, and of course, once you see who it is written by, you will of course know why I had to pick it up. Not only that, I think the majority of it is out of print, yet including the postage and shipping and all that jazz, I essentially got each volume for less than €7, which I thought was a pretty good deal. So what did I pick up? Well, I just happened to pick up the entire series of Astro Boy from Osamu Tezuka. Yeah, so I have all 23 volumes now of Astro Boy. Now, I'm sure, like, I don't have to explain to you guys what Astro Boy is. Like, Astro Boy is easily the most famous of all of Osamu Tezuka's works. It's had some very popular anime series that were edited and released in America, both the original 1960s version and the 1980s version. The 2003 version, I don't think was that successful in America and overseas. So, that's a bit disappointing because I heard that apparently was the best series. Although I heard some very weird editing was involved with that. Whatever. But point is, Astro Boy is definitely the most popular thing that Osamu Tezuka has ever done. Now, beyond that, I kind of want to point out a couple of other things about Astro Boy. One is that Osamu Tezuka... Oh, my Astro Boy just fell over. No. Anyway, one thing is that Osamu Tezuka himself wasn't actually that keen on Astro Boy. Like, what I heard about this when I was reading Pluto, in the Pluto ones, like, there's some afterward stuff from some experts. I thought it was particularly interesting. Where is it now? Oh yeah, here it is. So, apparently Osamu Tezuka wrote this in 1966, which is pretty interesting because I think he was still doing a couple of more Astro Boy stories even at that point. But listen to this. This is what Tezuka had to say about Astro Boy. I personally consider Astro Boy to be one of the worst works I ever Created. I only created it for the exposure and the money. Atom Atom is the name of the original Astro Boy. You know, originally in Japanese it was known as Tetsuwan Atom, and with the lead characters Atom. But anyway, Atom was fun to draw for the first 2 or 3 years, but after that it just became a chore, especially when we began animating the series at Mushi Productions. He became a real monster to draw and caused me a great deal of grief. Which is some very strong words. Now, the way I interpret that, he was reliant on Astro Boy for money. His animation company wasn't doing that well in general. And Astro Boy was the thing that kept him going for a while before having to shut down. I think it was in 1969. Yeah, so like he was really reliant on Astro Boy. And I just interpret that as him not hating Astro Boy, but more kind of, I just wish I could move on to other stuff other than Astro Boy. So, yeah, you know, so I don't know like what to expect from the series. I've read some Astro Boy before, and I enjoyed what I read. It wasn't amazing, but it was pretty entertaining, I thought. So, anyway, my intention is to read the 23 volumes of Astro Boy, and then I'll do a review on it. You know, just to let people know what my thoughts and opinions are on it. 2 other things I kind of want to point out. One is that the stories are actually done out of order. Basically, at the time, you know, tankobon releases weren't really done. Manga magazines were pretty much the only way to actually make money through manga. So, you know, people would buy the magazines, that would be one source of revenue, and there would also be the advertisements in the manga magazines that would also contribute to the money made. But I think it was around the 1970s, I think it was 1975, yeah, because Tezuka drew a new story for it when it first started, but 1975 was the first you know, tankobon releases of Astro Boy, and when that happened, Tezuka actually put them into an order himself. You know, certainly not a production order, and from what I've read, it doesn't seem to be a chronological order as well, so I'm not exactly sure what type of order Tezuka put it in, but it's the order that the stories are in, so, you know, I guess you're gonna have to I'm just gonna have to read it in that order and, you know, see what I think about it. But the other thing I want to point out, which is, as I said a moment ago, I've already read some Astro Boy, and what do I mean by that? A few years ago, I picked up this 2-in-1 of the first 2 volumes of Astro Boy. So that would be, these 2 volumes are contained in this volume. In fact, you can actually see that they have the same cover. So what I'm thinking is, I kind of wanted to do a giveaway at some point, but I guess I was just being cheap, and I was like, okay, I don't want to actually buy anything and give it away. But I'm very careful in general not to get doubles of stuff. Astro Boy, anyway, like, you know, I got the whole thing, so I'm kind of wondering, should I do this in a giveaway video? You know, should I, you know, say, run a giveaway video with the grand prize being this? I'm not really sure what runner-ups could be. I probably should have a runner-up prize. You know, one runner-up prize. But I'm not sure what that would be. Point is, though, I definitely do intend to give this away at some point, and you know, I'll think about it, I'll, you know, figure some stuff out, and then I'll make a, you know, a giveaway video, etc, etc. So yeah, just tell me if you think giving this away would be a good idea. If people really want it, I could actually sign in the cover, like I could sign inside, you know, Immortalium if you want. So it'd be like, oh, you know, this used to belong to Immortalium. That's one thing I could possibly do. So anyway, beyond that, that's everything that I picked up. I think it's a pretty good haul, considering that I didn't actually order from Book Depository at all. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to checking out all this stuff. Catching up on Gundam, checking out All You Need to Kill, Erika Sakurazawa, Astro Boy, and the anime films, etc, etc. I think it's a pretty good haul overall. So yeah, that's my manga pickups and anime pickups. So yeah, tell me what you think about this stuff, and if you think that the giveaway is a good idea, and if you have any recommendations for the giveaway or any advice you could give me for giveaways, definitely put that out, because it'd be better if some people told me, oh, you should do this, this, and that, when you do your first giveaway, rather than me making the mistake the first time. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and bye-bye.